Which varsity has the best looking babes? You can't say that. Hello everybody. I had made a video prior to this detailing my experience of wits versus UCT, and that video went on to do relatively well for my channel. So in true effort to be a clout chaser, I will be making another video about UCT versus wits, primarily so I can get a couple more subscribers and hit the 100 mark. So if you're watching this, please be sure to hit that red button so that we can get to that triple digit magic. Love ya.
Have you no sense of decency, sir, at long last?
I'm gonna go through 5 factors that I deem somewhat relevant in deciding which varsity works for me and which varsity I prefer to be at. And hopefully at the end of that list, we get to a varsity that I prefer the most. So let us do as in Genesis and begin.
Nice.
That was actually good. I made that up on the spot. So someone write that down. Factor number 1. Which varsity has the best looking people? What a insightful, relevant question. Thank you, I tried. No. The idea is, using my superior logic and no empirical research, I figure I spend a lot of time at varsity looking and engaging with a lot of people. It'd be nice to have something to look at, you know? It'd be nice if I didn't have to put eye drops in every time I went to school.
That one there was a violation, personally I wouldn't have it.
Just say, can't see my notes. Jeez, I feel like my pops.
That one there was a violation, personally I wouldn't have it.
But to preface, everybody is beautiful on the inside. Everybody is beautiful to somebody. I'll be giving this one to the people on the mountain solely on the basis of a high diversity pool of folks. I mean, not to say that wits doesn't have diversity, but I don't think it's to the same scale. Folks generally here are more attractive, I think. They do a lot of hiking, you know? I don't know what that has to do with anything. But yeah, I'll give that one to UCT. UCT has pretty people. But to be fair, the numbers have taken a bit of a swing lately because I came to the school this year. Wow! Factor number 2. Which varsity solves the most dreams? And as a wise ancient philosopher once said, hold on. Everybody selling dreams. I'm too cheap to buy one. Lil Wayne, everybody. I am too cheap to buy dreams, and I don't like being lied to. So this one was actually a relatively easy one to adjudicate. I'll give you a clue. It goes to the university who never fails to remind you that they're the #1 university in Africa. I feel like that should be school uniform. The VC should have it tattered on her face. #1 university in Africa. Hashtag never forget. I don't want to sensationalize though. It's not all bad. Some parts of it are good. But there's a reason that these kids are crying in these student vlogs. Okay. Wits is it's like a buffet, you know? You might drop 40 bucks to get in and get to eat as much as you want, but you accept that the quality of the food is not going to be absolutely pristine. You might have chicken that falls on the floor, people are mopping the floor with chips. But what UCT does is they market the buffet as a 5-star course, make you pay 100 grand to get in and eat as much as you want, and then give you the same food that wits gave you anyway.
What are you looking at? What? What are you looking at?
Factor number 3. Is treco even a thing? Tres. It's tres. Why am I doing this? Which varsity took the longest to get used to? This is somewhat a loaded question because when we look at the full breadth of my varsity career, assuming it ends this year, I will have spent 75% of that time at wits because I did my undergrad there. That was straight from high school, so there was a lot going on coming into varsity, just trying to adjust to the space, find who I am.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
I don't know why I said that like that. Find who I am and try to maneuver the space. So when I got to UCT, yeah, it was a new space, but it was somewhat familiar institutionally to wits. Like, it's a varsity, not much changes. I was already comfortable within a matter of maybe 4 months, 4 or 5 months, but wits took a while, like a year and a half. So we're gonna say wits took the longest to get used to. So that's -1 point for wits. Unlucky, mate. Factor number 4. Which varsity has the best lecturers? I've had some bangers and some snoozes at both. The bad ones are always glorified narrators, you know? They just get in class, they load up the PowerPoint and they look like they're about to teach. Then they begin using the lecture as a novel reading session and they just read the slides and then you're knocked out in less than 10 minutes.
What are you looking at? What? What are you looking at?
But the good ones also have common traits. They're typically more engaging. They put the class at ease. I think the best lecturer that I've come across is at UCT. But that's one particular person. But generally I'd say they quite evenly match across varsities. I think it was helped by the smaller class size, I think, because when you have a smaller class size, everybody kind of knows each other and everyone's comfortable in the space. So it might not be a fair comparison, but I think definitely the best lecturer I ever had is at UCT. The last and final factor is, which varsity do I take the most pride in proclaiming I studied at? To be fair, when I'm done with this year, I'll be able to say I studied at both, so who really cares? I'm both different. But if I had to choose right now, I'm giving it to the boys on the mountain again. This video really swung to UCT quite heavily. There's a little bit of recency bias in that. I don't really remember much of what happened at wits. It was all kind of COVID. But nevertheless, it's my channel, so screw you. Just being able to say you studied at UCT, people fall down. I feel like it's the feeling you get when you say you study medicine.
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
Because the way people look at you, they're like, oh my God, Jesus has come again. And it's like, I don't get it. But it does perforate the chest a bit. The letters are very enunciable, if that's a word. UCT, you take your time with that. People slur over wits. I went to wits. You know, there's no bravado, there's no confidence in that. But UCT, you feel good about that. All right, final tally. I didn't realize how much of a landslide this would be. The award for my most preferred university goes to none of them. No, I'm joking. UCT takes the cake. I like being here. I like the vibe. I like the fact that we're on a mountain. That just feels good to me. Or you can drive to the ocean, it's like 10 minutes. That's unreal. You can't drive to the ocean in wits, can you? With that said, that's all I wanted to cover today. I hope to some degree that was useful, if not entertaining. I shall see you next time. Please remember to subscribe, like and share and comment. We're almost at 100 folks. I hope this one will kick it over the can. Peace everybody. Woo! Another video.